Hello class, a very pleasant morning to all of you. Today, I Richa Parekh from St. Thomas High School, Mahua, am here to further continue with the subject of social science for the students of class 8th. My dear students, during the previous lecture, we completed Home Rule Movement. So today, we are going to see about Lucknow Pact. Lucknow Pact refers to an agreement between the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League at the joint session of both the parties held in Lucknow in the year 1916. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, then a member of the Congress as well as of the League, made both the parties reach an agreement to pressurize the British government to adopt more liberal approach towards India and give Indians more authority to run their country. So what was Lucknow Pact? When the Lucknow Pact was considered as an agreement between the Indian National Congress and also the Muslim League in order to pressurize the British government to give more powers and adopt more liberal approach, that means become more liberal and easy towards India. Indians should be given more authority to rule their country. So Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was the member of both Indian National Congress as well as the Muslim League, he made the agreement reached between both the parties, and hence lastly the British government was made pressured to adopt this pact. Lucknow Pact also established cordial relations between the two prominent groups of Indian National Congress, the moderates and the extremists, and hence this pact also developed the relations between the moderates and the extremists. Subhash Chandra Bose and the Azad Hind Fauj. Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1897 in Cuttack, Orissa. His mother's name was Prabhavati and father's name was Jankinath Bose. He was very intelligent since his childhood. He stood fourth in the ICS exams in the year 1920 conducted in London. So Subhash Chandra Bose, who was born on the 23rd of January in Orissa, his mother and father name was Prabhavati and Jankinath Bose. So, since his childhood, he was intelligent and he stood fourth in the examination which was held in London. He joined Indian National Congress after returning to India and participated in the freedom struggle. He was arrested for 11 times under the political offense. He became the president of Haripura session of Congress in 1938 and the second time in Tripura session in 1939. Difference of opinion forced him to resign from the post of the President of Indian National Congress, and hence, after returning from London, he joined himself in the Indian National Congress and also in the struggle for freedom. He was arrested 11 times and he became the president of Haripura session and Tripura session respectively. But as there were difference of opinion with various kinds of people, he decided to resign the post of president from the Indian National Congress and start his own force. In May 1939, Subhash Chandra Bose formed a new political party that was named Forward Bloc. When the Second World War broke out in Europe, Bloc launched an anti-war propaganda. As a result, Subhash Chandra and his followers were arrested and imprisoned by government. While in jail, Subhash Chandra Bose went on a hunger strike and that deteriorated his health and the government was forced to set him free. However, he was kept under house arrest. So, after resigning from the post of the Indian National Congress, he formed a new political party that was known as and named as Forward Bloc. When the Second World War broke out, this Forward Bloc launched an anti-war propaganda. That means, in order to stop this war, they made a kind of resolution, and as a result, all of them were arrested and imprisoned by the government. And in jail, he went on the hunger strike, due to which it affected his health, and hence he was kept under house arrest. Subhash Chandra Bose escaped from the house arrest on the 17th of January 1941. He disguised himself as a Pathan and reached Berlin via Peshawar, Kabul, and Moscow. He gave a speech on Berlin radio which shocked the Britishers. From there, he went to Japan via Sumatra. as a chief of Azad Hind Force or Indian National Army. His contribution, Subhash Chandra Bose's contribution as a chief of Azad Hind Force. And Indian soldiers from the British Army, Captain Mohan Singh, Azad Hind Fauj, with the help of the Indian soldiers who have surrendered to Japan as a war prisoners. Due to the differences of opinions between Japanese government and Ras Bihari Bose, Mohan Singh has to resign. The future of Azad Hind Force became blurred. So when Azad Hind Fauj, the captain of the Indian soldiers from the British Army, named Captain Mohan Singh, formed the Azad Hind Fauj with the help of Indian soldiers, they had to surrender to Japan as a war prisoners, and hence the difference of opinion between Japanese government and Ras Bihari Ghosh, Mohan Singh has to resign, and thus, due to that, the future of Indian National Army became blurred. With the general consent, Ras Bihari Bose appointed Subhash Chandra Bose as the chief of Azad Hind Fauj on 4th July 1943. He was given the honorary title of Netaji. Netaji gave the slogan Chalo Delhi and Jai Hind to the Fauj and the nation. He toured the countries of Southeast Asia and appealed to the Indians living there to sacrifice everything for the freedom of the country. He said to the people, "You give me blood and I will give you freedom." This slogan gave a new impetus to the freedom struggle. And hence, after Netaji became the chief of the Azad Hind Fauj, he gave various slogans such as Chalo Delhi and Jai Hind to the Fauj and to the nation. He also toured from many countries and appealed the Indians who were living outside the nation in order to sacrifice everything they have for their country. He gave a slogan to the people that "You give me blood and I will give you freedom," which you might have heard in Hindi, that "Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga." This slogan gave a new impetus, that means a new rise to the freedom struggle movement. Provisional government. Subhash Chandra Bose established Arzi Hukumat-e-Azad Hind in Singapore in October 1943. He took a charge as the chief of the army. This government declared a war against America and England. My dear students, here we are at the end of today's video. In the very next class, we will see the role of Azad Hind Fauj. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.